Okay, so this week's video, I've done quite a lot of work to be fair. I'll run you through it all. You probably notice some differences straight away, but I'll go through it anyway so you can have a look at the full effect of what's going on. This week's quite a fun week to be fair, things that I'm enjoying doing, so it's going a bit quicker. The things I don't like doing tend to take a while, but this one's quite fun, so there we go. We'll show you what's going on here. So basically what I've been doing is all of this has been filled here. All of this has been, it was fiberglass before, obviously it was sort of filled, but now it's all been smoothed in. All these curves have been made correct. This curve is now the same as the other side, because it wasn't before. It was kind of like too far in, it kind of came like that, which wasn't right. So it's now the same as the other side, which sort of can see. There you go. Basically all of this has been shaped on the previous video. It's still got a little bit of filler work to go, but I've basically put it in some primer so I know roughly where I am. You can see there's still lumps and things in there. It's not quite smooth yet, but at least I know where I am. This section here, for instance, this has got to come down a bit further so it's not like a crease, basically, so it sort of curves properly in there, but that'll be done a bit later on. I've got to do the other side as well, just to bring it basically to be the same. This side, try and do this side. All of this has been done now the same as the other side. Got a little bit of follow it to do in this one side here. Obviously it's going to be flat like this, but again I couldn't tell where I was until I'd done it. So this is going to be basically smoothed in, flatted back basically, bit of filler work, get it all blended in, basically exactly the same to the other side, which is the same as that. I've got this piece here. Again, it's not quite there yet. It's still a bit bobbly, but it's not bad. Obviously it's going to be leathered anyway, so you won't see underneath, but I'll get it as good as I possibly can anyway before I get there. I've still got this corner to do, it's just a bit dodgy, but I have done a little bit of reshaping under the dash here, because that was kind of sticking out too far. It kind of came round there, which didn't really work, so now it goes in and then kind of comes around with a curve instead, if you can see that, kind of. But now it just needs, obviously where I've been doing that, now it needs this piece doing here now, so it basically curves around properly rather than being sort of like that, basically, which doesn't work. So yeah, that won't take too long. That's a nice easy job. It probably looks worse on camera to be fair than it does in pic. No, it doesn't, it's terrible. Yeah, it does need work. Also, I've been doing some flattening on the dash. That's basically, well, it was flattered anyway, but it's basically near enough there. This floor, while I'm here, this floor wasn't flat at all. It was all over the show. It was like that. It's like a bloody the sea, I'll tell you, as a render, should be sharks swimming in there. But basically this is now completely flat. It's got a few bits of low spots here just to do in the corner here, but all this is done. That's not a low spot, that's just where the fiberglass is coming through, and that will resin anyway. And then this is all done down this side. All that is done that side. That's all done to there. Haven't done in there yet because that's really hard to do, but I have done the back of this dash all down inside there. I don't know if you can't really get in there. This has all basically been done. It's all been flattered. This was all rough till this week. That's all done. And then the main thing I've been playing with, which I'm having fun with, enjoying, is basically I'm test fitting the subs. They've been test fitted before, but obviously where the wall is here, this is obviously, it was originally a nice flat piece, but now since I've fiberglassed it and done a lot of work on it, got it strong, it's all strengthened up with all sorts of materials and bits of sheet, sorry, not sheet, bits of angle iron, all sorts, stabilising the port and everything. Since I've done all that and got it all done nicely with the port flare, which you can't really see in there, basically the whole thing isn't flat anymore, so it's kind of flat-ish, but it's not really that flat. So when it comes to mounting the subs, obviously they've got to be literally airtight, obviously, so that was going to be slightly off, so it'd be kind of like a little bit wobbly, not wobbly, but be a bit sort of wavy, which is no good for base at all. So what I've done, I've made some wooden rings, fairly basic wooden rings. I haven't used a router or anything, I've just used a jigsaw. Doesn't really matter because they're going to be flatted anyway and all that, and fiberglass in that section, but that's basically nice little rings around here, so where the subs fit is now nice and sturdy, and it's all flat as well. It's the main thing. It's also going to look nicer on the cosmetic side. Let's try and turn this around here actually. There you go, so you can see it's all blended in into the sides, into the roof. All the roof's being done as well. all that's being done. Obviously I can't do it all at the moment, basically because I've still got to work on this middle one next. I've got to do 3 more rings obviously for this, and the port flare itself goes on there. I took the port flare off, that's all nicely fitted now, that's nice and smooth. So where the angle of this was before, where this sort of started here, this ledge bit, that's now where the angles of the port flare sit inside. It sits perfect, to be honest. So it's sort of like a removable port flare, which is quite nice. Obviously just means you can get the subs out, and it kind of overlaps the edges of the subs. In fact, it's on here if you haven't seen it before. Well, that's the back of it, but this is the piece I'm going to be finishing off. So there's a few bits here, well, needs a bit of work on that, to be fair, but this is the lip I was on about. This basically fits, this square piece basically fits inside, perfectly inside that section. The whole piece comes over there. The little corner pieces make it look nice, come over the corners like that, and then it looks nice and tidy. So that's, and obviously it's got a benefit of the airflow coming out of the port is affected, and makes it a bit quicker, should we say, to come out of the port, which is nice. Extra base all being well. So yeah, that's the first 2 rings done. So this one's done, this one's done. I like the way now that this is going to blend into, obviously this hasn't been flatted at all yet, but it will be very shortly. This before kind of came down here and then kind of stopped. It looked a bit weird. In fact, it's basically the same as that side. It's like a point, which looks okay, but you know, a bit weird. But now it flows into this section. So all this now is going to be nicely trimmed, well, you know, flatted into that, blended into that, blended into that, and then when the port piece comes over it, that's gonna basically sit on the box, so it's going to be nice and tidy looking, and the same both sides, which is going to be nice. But yeah, the left, the driver's side too, are basically done now. That's all filled in there, all done. Just needs flattening back, as I say, and then should be nice and straightforward. Then I'm going to test fit the subs. I won't do that until I've done all 5. I might as well take that sub out, that one, and then basically make the ring for that, and then I might as well do the other 2 while I'm doing it, and then test fit the port flare before I put it all in. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, and it's going to be fun, this one. So by the end of, I don't know, probably next week, this should be basically done, this section. So I'm hoping that's all going to be nice and smooth and look really nice, depending on how long the port flare takes me. But yeah, looking good. So yeah, feel free to let me know what you think, and obviously yeah, feel free to subscribe as well. You'll see all the updates and things, because a lot of people say they sort of haven't seen it for a while, which I post sometimes, but not as much as I used to do. But yeah, feel free to subscribe and go onto the Project Stormtrooper Facebook page, because I always post on there, and then yeah, let me know what you think and go from there. We'll do another video next week.